One of New York City's oldest banks just imploded. New York City Bank rout deepens as analyst downgrades pile up. Apparently, they are owing so much money from commercial real estate. They're losing money from commercial real estate. And let me tell you guys what's going on in commercial real estate. It's an investment that's worse than cryptocurrencies. Yes, you heard that right. Meme cryptocurrencies, at the very least, might explode in value one day, but commercial real estate will never go up, no matter how long you wait, because hybrid work is here to stay. Guys, New York City Bank is not your old small town bank. This is New York City Bank, established almost 200 years ago. The stock price was at $10 like 40 hours ago. Now it's at $5.75. It seems like the bank implosions are back on the menu, guys. If you guys think 2023 was over for the banks and their implosions, well, we got something pretty hot right now, which is the commercial real estate sector pretty much going downhill, especially with New York City and how they're managing the city. The vacancies are getting even worse. I keep telling people in every video that these cities need to get themselves together. They're losing their tenants to smaller cities that don't do crazy stuff like migrants or kicking out small businesses, essentially. And if you look into a lot of the downgrades, they're downgrading the crap out of this bank, and losses are piling up. And they're saying, well, the reason why we are getting clapped is because we have a bunch of bad commercial loans. Check this out. New York City office vacancies are 20%, and it will persist throughout to 2026. And after 2026, it's not going to get better because many of the bigger cities in the United States are becoming pretty much traps. Many startups and young entrepreneurs no longer want to go to the giant, enormous cities like Chicago, Seattle, or New York City. Go to New York City right now. Let's just hop into Manhattan. Look at all these office buildings. They're everywhere. And guess what? Some people are saying that certain neighborhoods like Wall Street, for example, the financial district, have a vacancy of roughly 25 to 30%. If you go to Midtown, it's about maybe 15 to 20. And then if you go to Hudson Yards, the newly built skyscraper district over here, the vacancies are almost 30%. Nobody wants to come to New York to rent anymore. And part of the reason why is because there's basically migrants everywhere, right? New York City is becoming a massive dumping ground for migrants. There's tens of thousands of migrants hitting the city. New York City's homeless rate is actually pretty tame. Okay, not a lot of people in New York sleep on the streets because they actually have a large network of sophisticated shelters. And with these shelters, they can actually prevent a lot of the homelessness on the streets. And that's kind of like what makes New York City like somewhat of a decent place for businesses to thrive. But now with migrants, guess what's happening here? The city doesn't know what to do. They invited tens of thousands of people in the city with little to no plan. And they're already losing $1 trillion in Wall Street business. And these businesses are taking their tenants, their employees with them. And with Miami being dubbed the Wall Street of the South, and even people like Ken Griffin from Citadel moved to Miami, I think Wall Street and Chicago, these old world financial centers, it's not because people didn't like the environment or whatever. It's because they literally ran themselves to the ground with these really crazy policies like these. And look at this. New York City homeless population, it's surging. It's 53% increase. The migrant crisis is also putting massive strain on the hospital infrastructure. New York City is already crowded as crap. This is not a city where you want to add in another 100,000 people all in a short amount of time. The parks are filled up with tents. There's people everywhere. Businesses in Midtown are pretty mad because there's migrants everywhere. It's affecting their businesses. And tourists right now, some of them are kind of avoiding a lot of parts of New York City. This used to be one of the biggest financial hubs with real estate never imploding. But now with so many people leaving New York City, and like I said, this article was written back in August 21st of 2023, and they already lost $1 trillion. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost 2 to 3 trillion so far in the past few months since that article was written. And if you look into what Moody's is saying, they're all downgrading many of these banks. Okay, they lost because of commercial real estate. And why did commercial real estate go down? Why did commercial real estate become one of the worst investments in Manhattan, for example? It's basically because bad policies. You also have insanely high homeless rates. There's migrants everywhere. Okay, the city is no longer a financial hub. Taxes are extremely high, and businesses are just kind of done with this. They have so many other better choices. And a lot of these businesses are saying, see you later, New York City. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below and subscribe for more.